Good morning. What did you just do? Literally, as it counted down to 1, Carla Marie just went, ow. You probably heard it. What happened there?
I was curling my eyelash and am I bleeding?
No. Did you just jab that thing into your eyeball?
I can't. I think I'm going to be scarred for a bit for that.
I mean, I don't think anyone can even tell what your eyelashes look like on the screen.
Unless I wear fake ones.
I think you need to shift over to your right. Just that. That's it. That's it right there.
Hi, Ricky.
Ricky. Hey, Ricky, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Ricky. Hey, Ricky. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
And a couple things I just found out, actually. This is a surprise to me, along with the other announcements we've got today. And there are quite a few, because we've got to tally up the money we made from Drag Queen Bingo in terms of the signups, like the bingo kits that everyone purchased, and all the money we brought in during the stream yesterday for a final total. I just found out.
Don't say what it is.
What? The total? Or the thing you told me right
the
before?
Thing I told you.
Don't say it?
Well,
the hell did you tell me for?
No, don't announce. You can say what it's about, but don't say it yet. Okay.
Why don't you do that? Whatever you expect me to do, that word gymnastics thing.
We'll have an announcement in this stream about the next merch collection.
Okay, there we go. So, how is everyone doing this morning? Carla Marie, how are you doing?
I think I'm okay. I'm on the struggle bus.
Why is that?
A little bit. I don't know. I keep sneezing again. I've been fine. I was awake, doing great, and then all of a sudden it kicks in. Like, what happens?
Here's something that you do, Carla Marie. And as someone who is notorious for being like, oh, guys can't be sick. They complain about everything. You sneeze and you're like,
because my back gets thrown out.
No, you do. It's not even about your back. Why am I sneezing? Oh my God, I can't stop. Help me. It's so weird. That's my alarm going off. I don't really understand. It's kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. Or she'll blow her nose like she did, and she's not going to do it now because I made fun of her. But she'll go, I can't stop blowing my nose.
I hate it.
And it's like everything, it's the two simplest things. Blow your nose, shut your mouth. Like, move on. Sneeze, move on. But somehow, for Carla Marie, those two things are like earth-shattering problems to have.
I hate it.
I actually like the feeling of sneezing. There's like a release.
Yeah, that's...
snot, probably.
No.
What?
Because isn't sneezing related to the feeling of an orgasm or something? Good morning.
What? I don't believe so.
Oh, there's science there.
No, that's Q-tipping.
No.
Isn't that what that's all about?
This is going to be our OnlyFans channel. It's going to be sneezing.
Oh, man. Let's see. A couple things on the list we want to get to, and then we actually have
Martha.
What?
She said the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's the Q-tip thing. So first off, we are in Hype Train. Oh, the Hype Train is close. We have not kicked off the Hype Train yet, according to my screen. Excuse me. I absolutely hate sneezing too, says Mergen. But your back is also messed up. I guess that's your problem as well, Carla Marie.
Shanna said, supposedly they are both very similar body sensations.
Sneezing or Q-tipping?
What? No, sneezing and what I said.
Okay, Heather on Long Island. I think that's now 1,000 bits from Heather on Long Island. What, Carla Marie?
John Uad said sneezing is a fetish.
Everything. I mean, listen, after doing Dirty Little Secret for so long, basically everything. Okay, you could let me know to turn your mic off when you do something like that. Jeez. Are you serious? You're doing this on purpose. You're like doing this for attention now.
I can't make it up.
You're doing that for attention. Unicorn Cindy, thank you very much for the five gifted subs. I also want to point something out. You're going to see on the screen here in a second that it says Hype Train Streak Day 32. And if you go back to our YouTube video or what is it, Mondays?
How do we automatically get to level 4?
I don't know. It just caught up. Or if you go to Tuesday's stream, you'll notice that stream said Hype Train Streak Day 30. And that's because last night we hit the hype train, and I didn't want to discount or discredit that hype train because that's actually probably the most important one we've done.
Got a message from D. Souter that says, "Hi, I'm listening while I pack up and move classrooms.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're a teacher. What grade? Why are you moving classrooms?
Is this like an
School
end of the
done.
year, like you're going to be in a different classroom next year, so you're moving things around and the school year is actually over? Let's see. Texas Chris said, yes, everything is a fetish, and Dirty Little Secret should make a comeback. Well, we can't necessarily do Dirty Little Secret.
Like legally ever. Well,
but we'll see what happens down the road, is what I will say. Dave C84, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. Eric in Cleveland, 76, thank you very much for those 200 bits. Both of those pushed us over the level 4 threshold. So we've only got a little bit to go here.
we are taking.
Yeah, what are we drinking today? Because that looks fancy, whatever you got going on over there, Carla Marie.
It is called. I'll tell you the name, but it's a pineapple 75.
Never heard of that.
It's got gin, prosecco, and pineapple. The 4th Saturday is National Bubbly Day, so we're celebrating.
Oh,
finding out
cool.
on this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Question: what would actually happen if you did DLS? That's a good question, Martha. And
We'd get a cease and
one
desist.
day, I hope we are in a financial situation where I can fuck around and find out. Okay, like that's really my goal in life. When we build whatever we build, Carla Marie,
Yeah.
and get to a point that we want to get to, because we're not there yet.
Yeah.
I'd like to F around and find out.
Nick said, "How about raunchy small story time?"
We have some ideas. That's a good one. And shout out to Nick 2020 SEA for watching us in the sky
This
on an airplane.
Is this the highest we've ever been? What is the lowest we've ever been? Well,
We've had some pretty bad streams. I don't know.
no, like who's watching us like below sea level?
Like
Are
on
we
a submarine?
Well, are we below sea level?
No, we're close to it, though. We're at I think we're 60 feet above sea level here. I'm sure you could Google it, though. Google, what's my sea level height? Why did
Monica.
you have to stop is from Belladonna 2582.
Well,
So the company that we used to work for essentially owns all of the things that we created while we were there. It's an unfortunate circumstance. It's a BS circumstance, if you ask me, but those are the rules. And that's about it.
yeah.
And they came after us for, Unicorn Cindy, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits.
And they came after us. We talked about this a bit, and we're legally probably not even talking about this, but after being we had months of a legal battle, not
Mhm.
in a courtroom, but back and forth. We were entitled to being paid a severance, and we went months without being paid because of the legal battle.
And we lost, and we were also, they didn't even want us doing Twitch. They essentially said that because we had our little fledgling company, EMH Media, that was a direct competitor with iHeartRadio, which sounds, if that sounds ridiculous,
It is.
it is, because that's like saying your kid's little league team is a direct competitor to the New York Yankees.
Well, I mean,
What?
we had less debt than they do.
Well, yeah, they have, but anyway, so we gave up a couple things so that we can continue doing Twitch, because originally we weren't supposed to do anything at all, which is why there was a little break. And shout out to Elvis who came in, because we weren't even supposed to do MyDayFriday, and we will talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure we didn't do MyDayFriday either.
Ever again.
And Elvis stepped in and said, listen, whatever podcasts they had, I will allow them to put those under my network, and they can continue to do them.
Yep.
So that was really cool of him. And that's why, one of the many, 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 many reasons we are so loyal to someone like Elvis Duran.
Yeah, he's the best. Absolute best.
Yes.
There was someone saying, can you just call it a different name? Yes.
There are creative things that we can do. And the good news is if you recorded, bless you, if you recorded one with us, we still have that. No one else has access to that. Because, and this is where sometimes my crazy the crazy side of me ends up working out. Where are you going?
I can't do it.
Are you quitting?
I gotta blow my nose.
Oh. Can you close that door? Looks like God is behind me. Elvis should rule the world. I agree, Martha. And Unicorn Cindy, we will get those drinks. Thank you for throwing those shot glasses in the chat. We will get those drinks in a second once Carla Marie comes back. Can't do much without my bartender, especially because the drinks are over there.
My makeup came off.
Okay. Oh, but I was saying how sometimes my distrust of people works out in my favor because I very rarely saved anything to the actual work computers.
Well, like, don't brag about this. They're gonna come for us.
No, they can do whatever they want. I'm not using it for anything. They just don't have it. And basically every week I would clear out anything that I saved because I just didn't trust anybody. Okay, now what are we drinking? Explain this.
It is Green All's gin, pineapple, and prosecco, or any bubbles.
All right. Very fancy. Where are you mixing that?
In the shaker.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
There was something I was gonna say. I forgot. Okay, do you know what I keep saying?
And feel free to throw some shot glasses in the chat.
I keep saying, those are free to use, by the way. Shot glass, emotes. If you're new, I don't know. I keep saying, "Damn, Daniel."
Yeah, that came back for some reason for you.
For me, because I say "damn" a lot, so I think it was the natural thing to say after it for some reason. But I truly think it came back from recording 2 Second Tunes with Jake and his friend Dan. Because at one point I was like, "Damn, Dan," and I was like, "Oh,
Yull,"
and it came back for me, and I've been saying it, and I keep saying it to John, the cat. Every time he does something, I'm like, "Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white pants." I wonder where that kid is.
Oh, Carla Marie, why don't you mix up that drink?
I was looking at the amount. I love pineapple juice.
Are you allergic to pineapple?
No.
No?
My sister is.
Oh, well, you just poured that on the table. Let's see. So you have gin. Why didn't you put the Oh, you probably shouldn't shake
Yeah,
that.
you gotta.
Okay, I'll open the champagne. Damn, Eric in Cleveland with a lot of shot glass emotes. What, Carla Marie?
I just got. So yesterday, let me preface this before I tell you about the text I got from my mom. I had to troubleshoot her getting into her Twitch account yesterday, changing her password. But it's not just the Twitch part. It's like, "Hey, Mom, you need to click on the bar at the top and type in twitch.tv to go to Twitch." Like, it's a lot of that.
Okay.
She just texted me and said, "I'm going to take my phone and throw it with Twitch." Damn it. I got in, and then it says, "Open app." Screw them. I'm leaving.
Why doesn't she just open the app?
Yeah.
Seems like an easier thing to do than throw her phone.
Okay. That was great.
Ooh, Eric in Cleveland said, "I'm off this week, so I can do shots." Well,
Hell yeah. Okay, wait, don't
grab a cup and saddle up, partner. Okay. Let's see. This doesn't pop, right? Because it's a twist? No. Okay.
Oh, what is this? Bop it?
There we go.
Okay. Okay, you have the top with bubbles.
So Jill said,
Yeah, there was something in here.
Jill in the chat. Jill from NJ. That's New Jersey. Fun life update for you. I'm an architect, and I finally left my job, which was killing me. Good for you. I'm finally able to listen for a few weeks of fun employment. I have another architecture job lined up, which is a dream job for me.
Cool.
But I'm finally taking some time in between because I've never been able to take PTO in the context of my prior corporate culture.
That's cool.
Always appreciate you both speaking about the work culture of old school management and employment. Well, that's awesome.
That's
Very happy
amazing.
for you, Jill.
What are you building? Like, or designing? What do architects do? They design.
And Eric said he was in Yellowstone back on Tuesday. That's awesome. I need to go back to Yellowstone because that was the first national park that I went to.
We didn't understand the concept of trails.
Yeah. And it was funny because
because Yellowstone is very much like you could go to Yellowstone and see some of the coolest things you've ever seen in your life without getting out of the car.
Yeah, I mean, within 30 feet of your car,
And there's
basically.
like a fact about Yellowstone. It's like most idiots don't get out of their car at Yellowstone. And we were like, we're not going to do that. And
Yeah,
then we just like didn't understand things.
I think the stat is 90% of the people that visit Yellowstone
Only see
10% of the park.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous.
And that's because when you think about Old Faithful, the Grand Prismatic Springs, some of the buffalo herds, you don't really have to go out of your way.
Was it Yellowstone that this happened this week? One of the national parks, a buffalo gored a woman.
I
She's
mean,
alive.
possibly.
But this is why you don't like all these people are like, oh, this fat animal's not gonna be able to chase me. They are so fast.
Yeah, those things they're nimble too.
Are we gonna do this?
Commercial buildings is what Jill does.
Cool.
So hotels, multifamily towers, stuff like that in Dallas. That's cool.
Damn.
Are you going to be Jill from Dallas?
No, I don't think she's moving.
Okay. Well, Carla Marie.
Oh, she died? Ooh.
Who, Jill died? What just happened to Jill?
Not Jill. The lady who got gored.
Oh, she did?
When I was reading it, said she was still in the hospital.
Jeez.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Carla Marie, cheers to you. Cheers to everyone who supported the stream this morning. Cheers to the bartender, a.k.a. Seattle Cocktail Club.
Me.
Huh.
Mm.
That is not a flavor that I expected, but also very good.
Pineapple?
No, it's like flowery because of the gin.
Gin.
That is really good.
Then I've never taken a shot with bubbles.
Yeah. It's like frothy.
That's the pineapple.
But I'm saying it tastes
Oh,
like.
yeah. That was
very
really
good.
good. It's just, these shot glasses are a lot.
Oh, you did fill it up.
I did.
All right. Now, first things first.
Oh my God. Wow. That was a centimeter, maybe a millimeter away from knocking over the whole thing of champagne.
Can you pull yourself together? What is wrong with you? Why are you pointing at me? Or are you giving me a thumbs
I
up?
was giving the world a thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Well, Carla Marie is off the rails today.
Choo
But-
choo.
Let's see. So jealous when I was drinking while working.
No,
Wish I was drinking. Living vicariously through you two. Well, that's what you can do. Now, it's not on the list, so let's get to it first. Because I don't know how you want to approach this, Carla Marie. The announcement that you told me to say and then told me not to say.
So, I got word from our warehouse yesterday. Our a warehouse manager, merch, clothing line director. What do we call him? I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
we've been back and forth with them for months. So let me preface this before we started planning this collection.
Oh, yeah.
February, March, maybe we started like some rumblings, and supply chain issues. They're like legitimately real. It's not just the thing that people say. COVID hit again, and it threw off so much of production of other projects the warehouse was working on that it kind of put everyone in back order. I got word yesterday that tentatively, pencil this into your calendar, next Thursday, we'll be able to pull up some images on the screen and show you our next merch collection, and the store should open Monday, June 13th. With new stuff. Now, everything will be pre-order.
Yes, this is back to like that 2-week window
2.5.
where
So,
you've got to get your order in, and once it closes, those items,
yeah.
they're gone.
Yeah.
Once that store closes, things get printed, they get shipped, and we move on, and that's it. So finally, we were hoping to get this released earlier by
May.
about a month, but sometimes things don't work out according to plan, but they can work out better, and we have some pretty cool stuff that we're hoping once we get all the details,
Yep.
once we check to make sure things are in stock in terms of like the supplies that we need, it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And let's see. Tacoma Swifty said, "Oh my God, yes, that'll be my birthday week."
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you guys know how it goes. You order, and then it could be a few. Like, if you're one of the first people to order, it sucks, but it's also good. There are things that are limited, meaning we had to pre-order them.
Okay.
So say, for example, like the shot glasses were a great example. We had to kind of guess, all right, are we going to sell 100 or 50 or whatever it is? We order them and they go to the warehouse.
Yep.
And whatever sells, sells.
Which is why you want to buy early.
There will be some things like that. Yeah. So
let's see. So Soira in Central Jersey said, "It's my son's 6th birthday. His name is Ethan, and a birthday song would be so nice to show him when he gets home from school." So to Ethan.
Oh, and Brittany Butt. It's her birthday Saturday.
Happy birthday.
Okay, a lot of things to address here. Happy birthday, Ethan. Happy birthday, Brittany Butt. Danny B said, "Hello from poolside in Vegas. I could have used a You Look Great tank."
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Fingers crossed. So we are in Vegas, poolside, and in the sky with who was it? Nick. This is pretty cool.
Wait,
we still like. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Mandarin Rose said, "I want another hoodie, so comfy." So there are hoodies in the store right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you. Nope, I can't tell you what I was going to say.
No,
Not
don't.
that I couldn't. It was just you could wait.
Yeah.
Just in case.
We should do a Carla Marie and Anthony show or an EMH vacation week, right? Where everyone schedules a vacation separately. We're not going to the same place, but then we can say we're in all these cool places at the same time on Twitch. Like you could go on vacation, unplug a little bit, but you have to be here for Twitch. It'll be a whole EMH vacation week. Go with your family, go solo, whatever you want. And we'll all be like vicariously.
Where are we going to go?
Well, I don't know. We'll do Arizona. I don't know. Florida.
Tacoma Swifty, DM me because zip
Ooh,
ups.
the hoodie sizes have been out of stock. The zip ups, at least.
Yeah, zip ups are selling out.
That's a good thing for us, at least.
Yes.
Not a great thing if you are in the market for a very specific zip up. Yeah, we could vacation in Cleveland or to Nashville with Ricky, which I've been wanting to go to.
I don't know. She said it's 3,000 degrees there.
Ricky says a lot of things that don't necessarily have to be true. Ricky is what you would call an honest exaggerator. She's an honest person. I would never call Ricky a liar by any means.
I would say we're in the same boat. I remember growing up, my dad would be like, "You're such an exaggerator." And I was like, "I'm a storyteller, Fred." And then I went into radio and I was like, "What now?"
Why do I want to? Ricky said Anthony wants to fight today. I don't want to fight. I'm just telling the world what the truth is.
B-Delps, there will be plus sizes. I strictly said, please make sure that anything we can offer in plus sizes, so it looks like some of the items, if there's inventory, will have 3X and 4X. There were so many things that we wanted, color-wise and stuff, that we were like, all right, cool, we're ready to roll. And then literally this week, he was like, yep, nope, they ended up selling out everywhere.
And you know what? I'm not even going to enter the new pre-sale with any sort of negativity. Because there's always things that we can get down the road, too.
All right.
The things we have are pretty awesome. Carla Marie has a fortune cookie for some reason. Are we going back to the fortune cookie?
We're kicking it old school here.
Fortune Marie?
Marijuana. Read that message. No, I'm going to read it. That's Anthony's barber. He said Anthony got a shorter fade, so he's feeling extra spicy.
I was telling Miles that the last time I got a haircut, which was like 2 weeks ago, I got a lot of compliments on my haircut.
Yeah.
And I literally went from getting my haircut yesterday to the gym, and one of my gym buddies was like, nice haircut. Right after, like literally right after. And I think, which leads me to believe that maybe I shouldn't have been trying to like grow out my hair and do something different. Maybe it's a high and tight type haircut for this guy.
Maybe next week we can pull up that video that Scotty in Pittsburgh, I was going to say West Seattle because that's where he's from originally, sent you about gym bros being friends.
Oh, yeah. That's a good video.
Good. It's so good. But let me read this fortune cookie. It says, oh, dear. It's right on point. New challenges and adventures await.
Cool.
As we just said, we're getting ready to launch a new merch collection.
So I don't want the challenges.
I don't either, but we got them. Marijuana said all those people at the gym are paid actors.
You know what? Sometimes I do
You're
feel
living in the Truman
I
Show.
do feel like it is a very Truman-like experience, and there are hidden cameras, or maybe I'm on like Impractical Jokers, and it's just like a really long joke. Like they're gonna wait 6 years to tell me, hey, all those people that complimented you at the
And
gym.
then they have all this footage of you. They're gonna be like, look at this idiot telling everybody that people complimented him.
Yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen. Are we doing kid sizes in this launch? Asks Wendy from Brooklyn.
I can't confirm or deny.
Listen, next week we will have all of the info because we are still waiting on some details, still waiting on some samples, still waiting on some pictures. So next week we'll let you know what day, but we should by Thursday at the latest be able to show you everything.
Yep.
We'll show you ours if you show us yours.
Okay,
That's not how that goes? Okay. Now, moving on to the third thing on that list. Big MyDayFriday announcement. Now, here's the weird thing. I know it's on the list. We are not going to address the MyDayFriday announcement here, but we want you to know if you have ever listened to MyDayFriday, if maybe you've fallen off and haven't listened a little bit, tomorrow's episode, I suggest you listen to. I believe Carla Marie would make the same suggestion.
I would.
All right. So tomorrow, MyDayFriday, it should post around noon on the West Coast
It'll be earlier.
or earlier. But it should be up, I'll say, by noon on the West Coast, 3 on the East Coast. And make sure you give it a listen. We're not going to be here on Twitch, so you can hang out with us that way. Martha said this gives me anxiety. I'm sorry. But
we love it. With
that's just what we have to do.
Announcement Marie is what the show is.
And then I need to go through my email in a second to pull up how much we made for the ACLU yesterday.
Well,
What, Carla Marie?
damn Danielle,
What? You said
I gotta have to do math
why?
to add it to the number from.
Well, why don't you just tell us the number?
No, No, that's not how charities work. Announcements.
Oh, I gotta go to a different page for it. Stupid. Hold on. I hate how this works sometimes. But the other thing I wanted to do, and this really, it doesn't necessarily, I guess what I'm about to say is my opinion on the subject is probably the least significant opinion when it comes to what we're going to talk about. But you'll notice on the list that it still says Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, right? Still says Depp-Heard. And the reason it was there Monday was because they both went out over the weekend after their trial was over, which concluded last week. Johnny Depp was on stage in England, partying it up with rock stars of some sort. Amber Heard went out as well. And the two narratives were wildly different, even though they did the same thing. They just were in a highly stressful situation.
I don't think she was just at an Airbnb.
Either way, they both went out to release some negative energy, to have a better time, to move on from what they just went through. And the narrative with Johnny Depp was like, Johnny Depp rocks out in England. And the one with Amber Heard was like, some victim she's seen having a good time.
I mean, and that is the issue with all of it.
Yes. Which is nonsense. They're both allowed to go have a good time, regardless of what's going on in their life. And they're both borderline crazy people as well. But yesterday, the verdict came out. And you talked about this in the Morning Show podcast. So why don't you explain real quick what all went down?
I'm not going to get the numbers right. But Johnny Depp essentially won. I believe it was 3 counts of defamation or something that he won on. He is to be awarded $10 million in compensatory damages. So that is supposed to cover his lawyers, I believe. And
well, it was 15 total for him, right?
$5 million in punitive damages. And then she just gets $2 million in compensatory damages. Essentially what that means is the punitive is a punishment, from what I understand. So if you're awarded punitive damages, that is a punishment to the person you were up against.
Okay.
Of being like, we didn't believe you. You owe this person money.
Okay.
That's essentially what that means. Johnny didn't have to pay Amber any of that money. This is the research that I had to do yesterday to understand what the hell is going on so that I know what I'm talking about. So they basically said a nod to her for here's some money for having to go through this. Yeah, there was some stuff you probably went through, but we didn't believe you. Give him money. You kind of dragged this on. And I was actually speaking to a lawyer yesterday who essentially said the case was never in her favor and she was a liar. And the conversation that we had, the lawyer and I were, it just sucks because she keeps claiming like, this is so sad for women. This is so, and it is. However, if she lied, like the world believes she did, it's even worse for victims. It's not, and the outcome isn't the worst part. It's the fact that it looks like she painted bruises and all this stuff, and it's like you ruined it in the first place.
So this is what I wanted to talk about actually, because there is that quote where she says like this case just pushes women's rights back, whichever way she said it.
Yeah, it wasn't women's rights,
victims' rights, something, whatever.
It was just. We went back in time of where a woman being a victim, like a woman being heard as a victim is just not heard, but you know.
So the reason I wanted to talk about this was, does every woman have to win their case to move women's rights and women's visibility further down the road? Does that make sense? Like, just because Amber Heard lost this case, does that mean that it really sets anything back? I don't think it does.
It has nothing to do with cases. It has everything to do with, I'm not going to believe a woman who tells me that her husband beats her.
And
that's not me.
Yeah.
But I'm saying people are going to be like, and the articles I keep seeing, which I'm like, why is this on my feed, is the right one in this case. And I'm like,
I don't know if that's true.
I know that, but they're all opinion articles that show up on my feed constantly. Now, keep in mind, we have completely different news feeds. We've talked about this when we look at them. It's a lot of like, the Me Too movement is over. I see. And first of all, no. I mean, it was a thing. It was a big thing. It will always exist. It gave women a voice that they didn't have before. But it's saying like the Me Too movement is over. People don't care about women as victims anymore. And I don't think that's entirely true. I think this case definitely made some people who were looking at women as victims being like, okay, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. Now all of a sudden to be like, I'm not going to believe a single woman because this woman's a liar and she went into a whole courtroom and apparently she went to TMZ and she painted bruises. Like things like that are going to take people who were on the line and be like, fuck them all.
Well, and this is where I think we shouldn't make broad stroke generalizations.
Yeah.
And this is going to sound, I hope this makes sense. I don't think every woman has to represent every woman.
No.
Right? I think you can look at some cases and say, and let me be clear. I think it was pretty clear in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial that they were both abusive to one another.
Yes.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's equal. Because as a fully grown adult man, really, you should never lay your hand on a woman. Anything outside of protecting yourself from physical harm in the moment that you cannot avoid, there's no excuse for it, right? So I don't think just because they were both crazy people and both unhealthy for one another, that means it's equal.
Yeah.
Right? Johnny Depp should have never put his hands on Amber Heard in any way, shape, or form.
She also shouldn't have either.
She also shouldn't have done that either. But generally speaking, if you were to have a celebrity death match, right? Celebrity boxing, and you had Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in the ring, I'd put my money on Johnny Depp, which goes to prove he should have never put his hands on Amber Heard.
They're both.
With that said, I also think details matter, and I also think the truth matters. And there was a lot that came out in that case that didn't go in Amber Heard's favor.
No.
So for her to say her loss now impacts other women in that scenario, that's not the court's fault. That's not the jury's fault. That's more Amber Heard's fault for putting things out there that she could not prove or that would be disproved.
Well, she also thought she was going to win because they won in the UK. Her and her team won in the UK.
Milwaukee Tom said he never put his hands on her. I thought there was actual abuse from both to each other.
She just did a lot of things that made people be like, what? What are you saying? This is bizarre. I mean, they're both weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like that. They're not normal.
Yeah.
Is any actor? Probably not, but they're not normal. However, I see saw someone about like, oh, they got it down from $100 million to
50 to 15.
It does, even in the state of Virginia, they can only pay like $350,000. So even those numbers actually mean nothing. Like, she's not gonna have to pay all of that. He's not gonna have to pay all of that. Like, none of it matters.
Yeah. Let's see. Milwaukee Tom said, nope, he never put his hands on her besides deflecting punches, which in that case, you do have to block some things, if that's the truth.
According to him and the jury. Like,
yes.
And this is my thing is like, there's no proof, there's no video, there's no, like, it truly is all hearsay. Like, and this is the problem I also have with our judicial system.
Mm-hmm.
We just let a whole bunch of people decide based off of their two stories, and but
there's no other way to how else would you do it?
I know that, but we're all sitting here like we have all these years and years career of being lawyers and knowing how this works and being judges. We actually don't. We saw it all on TikTok.
No, but the jury that's there for the actual case,
yes,
is presented facts, and they're supposed to make a decision. I think it's the best system that we've come up with yet.
I will say that it does have a case and a half on her hands of the internet swayed the jury. Because they're allowed to have their phones.
Yeah.
They can do everything.
And yeah, I agree. Shoestrings 11, they both need to move on. I think the healthiest thing for both of them is to never interact with one another again.
Of course not.
And
I don't think they will.
Go your separate ways. Don't mention each other. Don't mention the kid. Just get out of this.
Nicole in Southwest Florida said, I just want to blast them both into outer space. We should get to vote.
Well, Amber Heard's going to go underwater for, what's the movie she's in? Aquaman?
There's a petition of millions of people that are asking to have her removed from the movie.
I feel like petitions have kind of lost their meaning. Right? Like there was a petition where it was like, oh, a petition to make Will Smith and Jada Smith not talk about their relationship anymore. A petition for this. A petition for this. Like, stop with your stupid ass petitions.
Yeah.
That mean nothing. So here's the interesting thing. I'm looking for the stream summary from yesterday. And it's a lot harder to... Oh, here we go. I finally found it. Yesterday was 6-1, correct?
Alicia from the 215 said, I don't believe either of them. I'm with you on that. She said, I also don't know what to believe. My abuser was a drunk and had no recollection of what he did the next morning. I want to believe her, but in the end, I think they're both abusers who don't deserve our support. That is a very fair statement.
I think they were both in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. And to be in an abusive relationship, some abuse is directional, right? It's going from the abuser to the victim. Okay. Some relationships are just abusive relationships where both people are
toxic,
verbally and or physically damaging each other. And I think that's the relationship we saw. I think we saw a relationship of two people that should have very early on in their union separated.
Yeah. No, they were both found. He was found guilty on like one charge. She was on like all of them. Like if you watch the video, it's in his favor 99%. Not the video of the verdict.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, the video of the verdict. They kind of, because in that case you hear the question of like, does the jury find Amber Heard, blah blah blah, whatever, and you hear like all the yeses and nos. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Oh, that's right, Milwaukee Tom. It was his lawyer was the one charged with defamation. I don't really know that. Like,
wait, what?
His lawyer, because his lawyer said something that technically could have been seen as defamation.
His lawyer did.
Johnny Depp. Yeah, it's
during the trial.
Yeah. I also can't wait to see if he's actually dating his lawyer. If they just kind of did
right.
that.
Oh my God, this is the most annoying thing to figure out.
Oh, wait, not one of his lawyers in the case. Oh, yes, during the UK trial.
We should probably have more information before we talk about this. And I didn't. My goal of bringing this up was
my
not.
My favorite part of this was that I didn't go down the rabbit hole like the rest of the world.
This is going to sound weird because we're talking about a case that has a lot of details. But my point in this was not necessarily talking about every specific detail of the case. My point in this and bringing this up was to talk about the claims of this case on victims down the road, right? And I think there are certain moments and certain people who can be catalysts and almost mascots for a movement, right?
Yes.
You think of athletes who broke barriers, politicians who broke barriers, right? A lot of times we're talking about African Americans and women
Right.
who have moved into a space where they normally weren't allowed. And normally, and the example I always bring up is, this is going to sound real weird at first, is Jackie Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Robinson was the best person to break the barrier because he was so unmistakably, undeniably good at the game of baseball. So nothing you could do would take away from his greatness, and he was able to be the standard bearer for his people. And he was so good that, as racist as people were back then, they could not deny him his opportunity to play Major League Baseball. And even when he made it into the league, he was so much better than everyone else that you couldn't get him out. And those are the people that should be standard bearers for their issue, right? Amber Heard calling herself kind of like an example for victims. She may have been a victim in different scenarios, but she is not the person who should be the standard bearer for people who go through her plight.
Yeah.
Because there was so much that you could take away from her in terms of details, in terms of some of the things that she may or may not have lied about. So I don't think her claiming that her case hurts other people is valid. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's your thought. It doesn't, like, I don't want to say it doesn't matter what you think. You say.
No, I started this by saying my opinion doesn't really matter.
Unfortunately, there are people that aren't even thinking of it that way. They're not saying, oh, well, does her opinion matter? They just already made their decision that I'm never going to believe a woman again because they lie.
And that's unfortunate.
That's the problem.
And that's honestly how lying hurts people outside of your scenario. Mm-hmm. Outside of your situation, that is why lying brings down certain things. I am still, for the record, as we're having this whole discussion, trying to look up how much money we made yesterday on the stream.
I feel like we normally get.
It's been more difficult than I had imagined.
Probably.
Oh, wait a second. I think I could do it here. Okay, now I'll get a number. I was in the wrong space, I believe. Here we go. Start date, end date.
Well, it's going to include today's.
That's fine. We'll figure that out. What the?
That's not right.
I hate everybody.
That's a whole month.
I hate everybody.
I was like, what?
Why is this? Why does nothing want to work for me? June 1st.
Nope, can't do it. Maybe you have to wait a few days.
Are we too? Maybe because it hasn't been 24 hours yet, so they haven't compiled everything.
Maybe we'll have to announce it on Monday. Wait,
we might have to wait on the announcement.
The cats are feeling much better, Martha. They're fine, except now maybe they gave me. Maybe that's why I'm sneezing. This is my version of cat drool. At least I'm not drooling.
That would be unfortunate.
I did sleep with the window open, so.
Well, here's what I can do.
Okay.
I can do some math here.
Stop. Don't do this right now. We'll do it on Monday.
Give me 2 seconds.
Because what if it's wrong?
Okay. All right. We will give you. I hate this, but we will give you the update on the ACLU donation on Monday once I go through all of these statistics and metrics that Twitch and all the other providers we have given us.
But before we even did the stream last night, we had over $800.
Yeah. So the cool thing is we have and when I say we, I really mean not just me and Carla Maria, not just us and Seattle Cocktail Club. We, like with you listening, have brought in over $1,200 minimum.
Why do you say that?
Because I know some of the base numbers.
Well, don't reveal them like that.
But we'll have a bigger number on Monday, hopefully. Let's see. So trade announcements. Let's hear the My Day Friday one now.
That's not how that works.
Nope, we can't do that. The My Day Friday announcement, out of respect to My Day Friday, will be on the My Day Friday podcast. So that will be up tomorrow. Make sure you check that out. But yesterday was a lot of fun. You're going to want to switch that. There you go. Yesterday was a lot of fun with Drag Queen London. And I for some reason, I don't know what it was. You know when you get a name stuck in your head? It's like so hard to break that.
Damn Daniel.
Every time I went to say something to London or introduce London or throw, say like, hey, you'll do the next number, I wanted to say Lauren. And I was visually seeing Lauren Ray from Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
Because London is spelled with a Y?
Because it's L-O, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I was seeing her name when I was saying the drag queen's name.
You should work on that.
It's real weird. Will it be good news or bad news?
Ignore the chat.
I don't know. Martha said it was so much fun. There were a lot of people that were hanging out. A lot of people who said that their cocktails last night hit them a little harder than they had anticipated.
Yeah, I wonder why.
And that happens sometimes. A hint, please. No hints.
Please.
No hints for the My Day Friday
come
announcement.
on.
Listen, it'll all be there in the podcast.
Wendy from Brooklyn said we need to do bingo once a month. No, because then people won't appreciate it as much.
I think we've been doing it I guess on this was our third one.
In a year.
So we're kind of on like a bi-yearly basis.
We did it on...
To a year.
For Halloween.
Damn Daniel, can't wait, says Neon Climber. What time is the podcast released? So we're not 100% sure yet. But it
hasn't been recorded yet. So
it will
obviously.
be, yeah. It will be released before noon.
It depends on a few things.
What?
If we wake up super early tomorrow to record it, or if we decide to record it super late tonight.
So, quarterly bingo. I think we could do every 6 months, like we've been doing. We did one in October, one in June.
Do you know that is 10? No, that is.
What are you trying to say here?
That was 8 to 9 months ago, October.
So
not 6. Or quarterly. Do you understand?
I didn't say quarterly. Someone in the chat did.
But you said, yeah, that's what we did. You said
No.
the last one was October. That's what we did.
Whatever. I don't know. Let's see.
Just stop it because they're.
Can you record the podcast and release it at midnight? Guys, maybe it's a crappy announcement.
Maybe we.
And by crappy, I don't mean bad news. I mean, maybe it's just not the announcement you think it is. Or maybe it is. Who knows? It is crazy, Martha, that it is June. We were talking about that yesterday because yesterday was June 1st. Yesterday kicked off Pride Month, which is why we did Drag Queen Bingo yesterday. And I don't know how we ended up in June 2022. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I feel like it should still be
January.
May of 2020. I don't know. I just feel like we've been in this weird vortex of time that hasn't made any sense for the last year and a half.
It is bizarre.
I am loving how excited everyone is about the My Day Friday announcement. I agree with Angela in Spokane. And
listen, and we'll mention this in the podcast, but when you hear the announcement, don't go in the Discord being like, "This is the announcement," because that defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, give it a day. Let all the people who want to listen to it themselves, listen and have the same reaction that you do when you hear it for the first time. And that is a great segue, though. We do have a Discord.
Yes,
and I need to be a little more active in it. But
it's a good time.
It is pretty cool seeing all the different chats we have. There are regional breakdowns. So if you've got something you want to mention about specifically New York and New Jersey, or California or whatever, that's all in there. And there's a lot of motivational side chats as well.
Yes. Lots of things. I'm just looking to see.
It's pretty, and I think there's 200 people in there in Discord,
There's more than 200.
which
It's
is kind of wild.
Yeah, I know. Look at all these little,
What?
like, what are these called?
Chats?
Chats. Text channels.
Mm.
It's a good time.
Yeah, can you see how many people are in there?
No, not right now. I looked the other day. I don't know where it is.
Oh, there you go. 224 members. If you don't know, does anyone in this chat right now on Twitch not know what Discord is? Liz from Connecticut said, yes, I forgot about Discord, which means she knows what it is if you were able to forget about it.
Tip from New Jersey said, yes, please don't ruin it for us, MyDayFriday. They can't listen until Saturday. I'm already upset I can't listen on Friday.
Yeah, so I would say wait till Monday. Wait till Monday to write about the MyDayFriday podcast, this week's MyDayFriday podcast in Discord.
Cindy, what do you mean the link always says it's expired? Where are you clicking on it? Does Discord expire links?
It might.
Stupid.
You can try throwing it in there right now.
Well, why would they do that?
Let's see. Wendy from Brooklyn said, crazy thing is I've only listened to one episode of MyDayFriday, the one from Elvis's wedding.
Oh my God, that was the time.
But I'm here 3 days a week to listen to the morning show podcast every day. And you know what? If I was to rank the three things, MyDayFriday has my heart because it was like the first project that we embarked on by ourselves. And when I say by ourselves loosely, Elvis backed it, obviously, because
we used his studios.
Yeah. But we can profit off of Twitch and we can profit off of the morning show podcast. And in a perfect world, we could also profit off of MyDayFriday, but we don't.
Yeah.
And there are various reasons for that. There's a threshold we'd have to hit. There's a partnership because iHeart still owns a lot of that. So, Wendy, no harm, no foul, especially because the things you do support on a weekly or daily basis actually impact us directly. So thank you for that. Let's see. Cindy K says, hi, said, I'll DM you to get the link. I'm working now. So we'll work on that later. Let's see. Based Nick said, hey, guys. Hi. How are you? And let's see. JCross33, Discord links do expire, Carla Marie.
Good to know.
So that is good to know. Okay, so perfect. Rich Feltz, I have heard of it and listened to you explain it, Discord, but still haven't dabbled. So how would you explain Discord, Carla Marie?
Well, if you have Slack at your job, it's that, but for fun, not for work. It's just a channel. It's an app that lets you communicate with other people kind of like in a chat room, but there's also breakout chat rooms for like different categories.
Yeah, there's a general chat that anyone can jump into. And it's funny because you keep bringing up Slack. I've never used Slack in my life, so I have no idea like what that platform even looks like. Yeah. I know vaguely what it is. Let's see. Discord reminds me of a modern day message board. Says it's Meg, not Megan. That's also true.
Yeah.
All right. I've never heard of Slack. Yeah. See, I've never.
A lot of offices use it to communicate amongst coworkers.
And that's because you can break out into like projects and stuff, right?
Yeah, projects, and that's essentially like the same thing as Discord. And there's like a lot of shortcuts you can use. At the time, I had created a Slack group for everyone that had been on my Side Hustlers podcast so that they could all communicate, all small businesses could communicate in one space. But now, like looking back, I should have probably done Discord because it's less like work-ish.
And there can also be subscriber-only chats in Discord, which is kind of cool. Let's see. Ooh, rescues use Slack too. I guess any sort of like organization can use Slack and can use Discord as well if they want. Let's see. Okay. Husband's office uses it and it drives me nuts because his phone is always going off. Yeah, sometimes you gotta turn notifications off.
Mine are
Listen,
off.
We have had an amazing week.
Oh my God, it's Thursday.
Thanks directly to you. So thank you very much for all the support between supporting 3 different streams back-to-back-to-back days, getting all of those streams to Hype Train Level 5, to buying the bingo kits yesterday. If you're one of the almost 100 people that purchased the bingo kit, thank you very much. to helping us raise money for the ACLU. All of it. It's been a really, really cool week, and I cannot wait to cap it all off with My Day Friday tomorrow.
Yep.
And thank you to everyone who has been listening to the Morning Show podcast and been tweeting about it and sharing it. I know a lot of people have brought in their friends into our little Morning Show podcast community. So thank you for that.
Yeah, don't forget you can sign up to play a game on the Morning Show podcast. No matter where you live, you can play a game. We do have a special thing we're doing right now, and I think we are going to turn off that form tomorrow.
Is it filling up already?
It's filling up. So to be fair, we're going to go with the first people that filled out the form to play a game on the Morning Show podcast.
With an actual prize.
With an actual prize, yeah. The prize is a $100 gift card to Sinner's Steakhouse in New Jersey. The reason we are making it specific is because it's in New Jersey, and if you live in Iowa, you're probably not going to Sinner's Steakhouse in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. So
so Pennsylvania, like the Philly area, New York, New Jersey, obviously.
Yeah.
Even Connecticut if you feel like making the drive down.
Yeah, some people have filled it out in like different, or people that are like, I'm currently here, but I'm in Jersey for the summer. I'm like, okay, that's totally fine. But I'm going to go by who filled it out first, and the first, like, doesn't match with someone else's, like, musical taste. And to make sense. So, yeah.
Jason, good morning to you. Unfortunately, we are on our way out.
Oh, no.
So, I guess enjoy hanging out in the chat. I don't know what to say. Thank you, guys. We will see you, hopefully, in My Day Friday. You'll hear us, and then we'll see you on Monday.
Peace out, Cubs.